Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 60-Minute Mash.
Welcome back to another episode of 60-Minute Mash. It is April the 16th and the year is 2025. And with me, as always, my co-host, Mr. Lothian Brewing Co. Mr. LBC, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Cheers, guys.
Charles. Cheers.
Good week.
Yes, very good. How's yours?
Yeah, so far so good.
Yep.
Midway through it.
Halfway there. Yes, cheers. What's in your glass today, sir?
My glass is the very first Hefeweiser I've ever brewed.
Very interested to hear how this turned out.
Turned out good. It'll be the clearest beer I've ever made.
Really? Wow.
You can't actually see it in this glass, but yeah, it's beautiful and clear. My only disappointment is it was the one that let me down as far as meeting my gravities.
Yes.
So you should be able to see it on your screen now.
Oh, you think I would? But I had also been booted from the call. And I asked you if you joined. And I was like,
then it booted me off and I had to rejoin.
We got an echo. Hello. That's on your end.
You've got an echo for me.
From the Google Meet.
Oh, well, I did turn it all off. Oh, because I rejoined, of course.
That would
My
explain.
bad.
All right. Okay, we can all see and hear just fine now.
Hello. Right, as you can tell, we are a little bit late this evening, but there's a good reason for that. Anyway, it's just a few extra beers I had to drink while I was waiting.
Oh, you
so I
poor
apologise
thing.
now.
You poor thing. You just had to let them know that it was me running late and not you.
Well, I was more apologising for the extra alcohol I had to consume while waiting for you.
Oh, okay. Yes,
I mean, it's not a bad thing.
I was missing our lovely viewers being that 20 minutes late, but anyway, we're here and we're live. Let's hear about this beer.
Well, speaking of that, I better just hook myself up so I can see what's going on. But anyway, right. So this one here we did speak about, I think a couple of weeks ago. But just to give you the end result, so pre-boil gravity was supposed to be 134, and I got a 123. Post-boil was a 143, and I got a 129. So, I was not happy. Original gravity was supposed to be 143, and we got a 129. Excuse me. Final gravity was supposed to be 110, and I got a 104, a 1.004. So basically, what it was looking like is through the brew, I was going to end up with like a 2.9 ABV. And it's like, I don't know why. I mean, the original ABV, as you can see here, was supposed to be 4.3. Well, I ended up with a 3.3.
Mm.
Nobody has any answers. So
Bummer.
it is what it is. So if anybody out there has an idea,
please let us know
why it was brewed no different to the way I brew any other beer. So, but okay, so on tasting it, it came out exactly how it should have with a Hefeweizen.
Yeah.
Some say it was more like I think they said a crystal Weizen, just because of how clear it was, and it just lacked a little bit of body. So, like, this was a brew that we came up with ourselves, so it's not, we just made it up. So that's understandable for it not to have the full body. And although we did use, this is the strange thing, we did use in the recipe, we used about 4 kilos of grain. Why is it not going to go there? Okay, it's playing up. It's not taking me to the recipe. So we did use about 4 kilos of grain. And, generally 1 kilo of grain is, 0.1 on the ABV scales, on the alcoholic scale. So you can see here, 2.6 of pale compass, 2 kilos of wheat malt, and 150 just for the acid malt, just to help with the pH levels.
Yeah.
And all we used was 10 grams of Citra at the beginning of the boil, 60 minutes. There was no Whirlpool hop addition. I'm not sure why that keeps popping up from time to time. And then just the usual water treatments. And then we did, it was a single batch, guys. So normally I do double batches. It was a single batch. And we used 1 packet of, it's called something else, but it's a Weiss beer yeast. But anyway.
Yeah, get that.
Everything was fine. Cold crashed it for quite a while. Come out beautiful. But just for some reason, through the brew, just missed its marks on the gravity readings.
Yeah, that's a shame. Everything looks fine. And how's
But
the sourness? Did it get nice and sour?
It's not sour. It actually came out a little bit sweeter than what I expected.
Sweeter, okay.
So if you can remember the one that we tested, the Hof Grasshopper or whatever it was, Hof Weissen,
yeah.
That one, that had a fair bit of
It did.
funky sort of flavour.
Yeah, it did.
So this is probably same flavour, but a little bit sweeter on the back end, if that makes any sense.
It does.
Yeah, so, overall I'm happy with the way that it came out. Except for the gravity readings, I don't know why. What have you got going?
Oh, nothing, sir. Nothing too exciting. I hope to get a beer down this Saturday before the guests arrive for the Easter celebrations, which I'm hoping someone brings some beer down for. Actually, do you have any beer to bring down?
Yeah, I said I was bringing a keg.
Okay, I couldn't remember if I had mentioned that because it just sounds too good to be true. That's perfect, because that'll go straight in the fridge. I mean, I'll still have some of this leftover Tropocalypse. I should do. We've been going pretty light on it. So we'll finish that and then hit your keg.
Yeah, so I will have something's going wrong with me bloody no, I don't know what's going on with it. Anyway.
But I will just take over the screen share.
Yeah, because
this is what
playing up.
And it's nothing exciting, it's just a quick one to bang out in the all grain series.
Is that what you're going to do this weekend?
Yeah, I'm hoping to get it done. So this is 2 kilos pale malt, 2 kilos wheat malt, handful of rice hulls. Where's the yeast? Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure.
What's so funny?
Oh, it's Lallemand. Yeah, it's similar to what you've done.
Yeah, it's similar to the Hefeweizen. And it's a wheat beer. So it's a wheat beer. So that's probably why.
Yeah, it is a wheat beer called.
Yeah, whereas
Wheat it.
Hefeweizen is a wheat beer, but it's I don't know, it's different.
I think it comes down to that strain of yeast that gives it that. It's supposed to be sourness. But if it came out sweet for you, then that's good.
But
SARS for hops, so pretty standard run through, but it should be pretty painless. Unlike that last one I did, which was it had everything: hop stands, dry hops, mash outs. Just get it in, cool it, yeast it, ferment it, drink it.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how it comes out.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's just going to be pretty standard to what I was first brewing. Very similar to that with that SARS and those grains.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so I've got no real news in the beer world. Been pretty quiet. I think everybody's waiting for the election for stuff to happen.
Oh, yeah.
But
well,
excuse me.
I guess there's no better time than now to.
Ladies and
not that one. You can't hear it because of the problem we have the audio, but I accidentally played the intro instead of the horns. But anyway, it's time for boat ramp fails. I'll give you
this early in the game.
Yes, well, we are running behind and we do have the wheel to do, so let's just get a minute of boat fails. You know what? Here's an idea. Why don't we spin the wheel, get the beer, and we'll let the video play for the lovely viewers.
It's a great idea.
I think that works. Okay. So we'll do that. We'll spin the wheel.
Don't forget to give it some volume.
The wheel, some volume?
No, the video.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or is this slowed down?
I haven't spun it yet.
Oh, that's why it's spinning really slow.
Ready? It's spinning fast now. Oh, chill.
Chill.
So that sounds like my whole afternoon. All right. Chill it is. Okay, we're going to grab that. And while we do that, you get to enjoy some more boat fails. Volume.
Low tide at the boat ramp turned a routine launch into a wild ride.
I want to watch the video.
Well, we'll be quick.
A determined man pulls up from behind to keep his boat from drifting back to sea. Ingenious persistence or just plain stubborn? Failed boarding. This guy took an unplanned dive instead of getting on board, giving onlookers a free show. Epic fail. A dramatic Tumble overboard reminds us
Bloody
that
ads.
the sea spares no one when balance fails. When alcohol meets a boat ramp, chaos isn't far behind. A night of fun quickly turned into a cautionary tale.
Trim it down, Bob.
Trying to tow a boat with your body isn't the best plan.
Another one. Oh, that's another
But
one.
that boat falling off at the end?
Oh,
A $50,000 truck gets ruined trying to launch a $2,000 boat. A classic Saturday misadventure at the boat ramp.
No way.
Boat hooked up still?
Yeah.
It's a bad day at the boat ramp.
oh. Yeah.
Crazy boat crash left onlookers stunned.
Oh, that's
A
down
reminder
at
that even
Karua.
calm waters
That's you
can
at
turn
Karua,
wild
isn't it?
in an
Like,
instant.
it's still going.
I don't know. Would they just whiskey throttle it?
They're just idiots.
Tell you what, that's a lot of damage. Those boats are a little bit expensive.
Miami's Black Point boat ramp. A Jeep nearly became a total loss.
The Jeep would handle that.
San Pedro's boat loading docks just pulled off an unexpected twist, mixing practicality with a bit of humor that'll have you raising an eyebrow.
Oh, God.
A car ended up with a boat in the parking lot,
think they're missing
proving that
something.
even a routine parking job can turn into an adventure.
He might have put the trailer in on the park the boat.
How would you not see that? Like, how would you not?
Oh, there is a
Yeah, there's a trailer. It's just the wheels falling off. Oh, let's reverse it
Some
up and
people
dig it
just
right into
shouldn't
the
be
ground.
behind the
Oh,
wheel, or at
How
all.
does that happen?
Boat launch struggle in
I don't
full
get it.
effect.
oh no. Oh, well, we're going to end that there. That was painful to watch.
That is so much money right there. So much money.
Oh, okay. So you got your can. It's
I
a
have.
little-
I'm just emptying out me Hefeweizen.
Oh, yeah. It's a little
It's a good
little
looking
guy.
can.
330.
Yeah.
Oh, great. My favorite. Infused with passion fruit. I love it.
The Hefeweizen I did has a hint of like a banana in the
Real?
aroma, the flavor.
Yeah, right. Miller Chill.
Oh yeah, very passion fruity, isn't it? Have you got a card on the beer?
I was just trying to
Real
bring one.
passion fruit.
I was just trying to bring one up. There doesn't seem to be an official one. It's just
No.
just like bottle shops advertising.
So it's a Miller beer, so it's an overseas beer.
Yeah, not a lot on it here,
Yeah,
guys.
I don't mind Miller.
Not a lot of
It's pretty good.
information, but I will just throw it up.
Well, I just have to rely on us for the feedback. It's a nice clear beer. Oh yeah, you've got it there. Oh, you haven't bought it yet?
Just emptying out. Okay. 2 reviews. How great and how great. Yeah, that. Oh, it's the same person. Oh, no, there's a bunch
Say
of
the next
reviews.
two.
Okay. There's a bunch there. What do we got? Low in carb, giving you the flavor without the guilt factor. Nah, I still feel guilty. Flavored beer to take refreshment further. Okay.
So it's a good summer drink. Being a passion fruit drink, you wouldn't drink it much in the winter time.
Oh, fuck.
I like the smell. The smell is really nice. Did you give it a good shake, did you?
Must have. The can too. Very sparkling.
Yeah, it is very.
Oh yeah, got a good colour to it.
Mm.
What do you think? They've just added a fruit additive, like a yeah, they must have to get that passion fruit. And that's
You
not like
can't
the other
really-
passion. That's not like the other passion fruits we've had. This is like Passiana. It's like a Kirk.
Yeah, the smell of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
or pasito. Is it pasito?
Oh, yeah. I think it's Pasito, but
Man, that is pasito. That is all passion fruit.
that is. That's like. That's not even beer. That's white wine passion fruit.
Or a soft drink. Does it give you the ABV on there?
Yeah. Well, it's 3.5%.
Well, it's a mid-strength beer. Okay. That's pretty good for a mid-strength beer.
Oh yeah, 0.9. Okay. Not a lot of data to mill over here. Thanks, Miller. Oh, well, there you go. I don't mind that. I don't think that's at the bottom of our tier list on the craft beers.
No, definitely not. But it tastes like it smells.
Yeah, it does. It does. I could slam a bunch of those on a summer's day. I think that would mix it up a little bit.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a good flavour.
And they're only mid-strength, so it's not going to knock you on the ass.
No. Oh, Solomon in the chat. How's it going, brother? Hope everything's
Hey,
all good over there.
Despacito? Are you singing a song or what?
Number one Justin Bieber fan.
Or is that a Justin Bieber song, is it?
Yeah, I'm going to have a stab at dark and say that's correct.
Despacito.
Well, there's not really much more we can go on with it, but I think we dragged it out long enough. That was
It's a good beer.
we do recommend. That's on the do try list.
Mid-strength, good session ale.
Very good, very
So
good.
I will. What am I gonna do? Let's have a look
Oh,
here.
let's have a look.
I've got a couple of things.
Well, here we go. What do you got?
Okay. Oh no, that's the last one I want to talk to you about. Here is my funny barbecues. Or
Oh.
barbecue fails.
Doing some fun stuff. All right. Sign me up. Just watch the volume on it.
I shall knock the volume down. And hit play.
Bro, you're fired.
Sit in front of him.
Oh. Oh. I was like, where's the barbecue? Oh, far out. That's, yeah, what else can you do, right?
Gonna say. Oh, this one I think we've seen before.
Yeah.
I'm sure lots of people just take other people's YouTubes and whack them
Oh,
on their
of
own.
course they do.
compilation.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, no.
Yeah, see if it's on high enough.
It's all the way this way, Andy. Is it then lower?
Yeah.
It's on fire.
All right. Thank you. I got it. Hold on. Let Daddy deal with it.
That looks well cooked.
Oh, my God. Do not do that to your ribs.
Okay.
Looks like all bone.
Sides of it came off.
Oh, this one. The wrong one.
It's just like he's exploding. It's the fire extinguisher.
Oh. Oh, dude, get your smoker out of the fucking rain. Sorry,
Why would you have
pardon
it
my
out?
language.
Why would you have
Corcoran's
it out?
just
Man?
tried to- Oh my gosh. Did she?
Is the bacon done?
Here's some more.
Oh, man.
Bello said it's not a Justin Bieber song.
Oh, isn't it Despacito?
No, it's
Oh,
Hispanic.
sorry. Yeah, but okay.
That's why we make beer and do barbecues.
Yeah, we don't rate music. We rate beers. Oh. Don't do it.
When I was a kid, my grandmother was babysitting us, and the chips caught on fire on the stove.
All right, pause it. I want to hear this story.
They
Is it-
say when,
yeah.
when I was a kid, and I can't remember how old, I would have been, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, somewhere around.
Yeah.
My grandmother was watching us, and the chips actually caught on fire on the stove. So it was
Oh.
like a big flame,
Yeah.
and I freaked myself out. I shit my duds, not figuratively, but
Oh, okay.
and she was very, very calm, and I couldn't believe she didn't, because you know what, I couldn't believe she didn't put water on it and put it out.
Put it
that's
out.
my thing is
Yeah.
throw some water on it and put it out.
Yeah,
And
you
then-
would think that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the last thing you do.
Yeah.
You do not throw water on fat because then it just blows it everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big no-no. We'll make
So
it.
that was after I learnt that, I was less freaked out. And because I've cooked so many barbecues now, you're more or less freaked out because it's like, oh, shit happens.
Yeah, it does. It does. I don't think I've had some flare-ups, but nothing like I'm seeing here. Like these are
Oh,
these are next
crazy.
these are next level. Like I don't know what their barbecue care regime is, but do they just not clean and just let that fat build up and then eventually just
Well,
burns the house down?
you might be right because I've never been one for getting right in and cleaning barbecues till the last one I bought, because I spent so much on it. It's like, well, I want it to last. I don't want it to be like my other ones.
Yeah.
And you don't realise when you're cleaning it how much fat goes everywhere.
Oh, it's everywhere.
It's incredible. Like the last barbecue we had, like you cooked it, couldn't believe the amount of fat. It was not like it was in the drip tray, but everywhere else.
Hey, I'm glad you said, "Oh, I'll clean it." You cooked, I'll clean it. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, well, I tell
winner,
you,
winner." That doesn't happen often to me. I cook and clean it, so I took the W
man,
there.
that's when I got an appreciation of, why my other barbecues lasted for so many years and then died.
Yeah,
Because the fat just gets in everywhere. And I suppose, when you can't see underneath, there could be fires happening in underneath and you can't even see it.
yeah, yeah. That's true. Yeah, that's right.
But anyway, it was, I've learnt a lot. So let's carry on. I don't even know what he did.
Oh,
No, that's what you do.
You're singing so creepy.
it's possessed. Give that one to
It's
the dog.
alive.
Give that one to the dog.
I've had sausages do that before.
Yeah.
Just a fat
Oh,
explosion.
oh, poor guy.
Oh, little man. Oh, not good. Too close.
Flip, flip.
What are you doing?
Well, that guy keeps his
new.
bar. You know your barbecue's clean if your son can give himself a fade in the reflection. Oh, that was
Crazy.
hilarious. That was hilarious. I've got something
So-
on. Oh, sorry.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I just wanted to bring to everyone's attention that there's 12 things that you should be avoiding when buying beer. and you won't believe the last one. So stick around. Oh, actually, I'll share it so everyone can read along because I'm going to do a horrible job at all of that.
All right.
I'll make it
All
bigger.
good.
I'll make it bigger so the people in the back can see. Here you go. Lesson number 1. Avoid hoppy beers more than a few months old. Huh, there you go. Yeah, if you like a beer, it can be tempting to stock up on multiple cases. Yada, yada, yada. The main thing here is that the hops will slowly fade out in the beer. So make sure you check the date, the manufacture date. Don't get the beer too old because it will lack flavor if you got one closer to the manufacture date. Make sense?
Sure does.
If it's March, take a pass on Christmas beers. Okay, do tell.
Okay.
I should have actually curated this and brought it down to a small list. For this reason, check the dates on packages before buying. First thing I'll do when I'm considering a purchase is to check the package date.
I think you need to do that with all craft beer.
If there's no can date, there's no purchase from this guy. However, each style of beer have a different time frame in what's considered fresh. Well, this is 1 and 2 is the same. Oh, shop carefully in stores with a huge warm storage sections. Okay.
I don't know anywhere that have warm storage section. Well, I've not.
It's
been to
Dan
any
Murphy's. Dan Murphy's.
They don't have warm. There's no warm storage sections for beer.
Well, all the cartons out in the open, that's warm.
Yeah, but they're refrigerated. It's all refrigerated.
The craft beers in the aisle, a lot of those craft beers don't hit the cooler.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. I'm not referencing. I'm looking at your picture. I'm not referencing the cartons or the 6-packs. That yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah.
I was just looking at that, thinking, oh, well, that's all refrigerated. Most places I go.
Yeah. So another factor that can impact the quality of beer is how it's stored. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, big swings in temperature. Okay. Aisles of beer sitting in warm storage. Well, you define warm storage because every Dan Murphy's air conditioned. It's probably at a control 21, 22 degrees.
Is Costco aircon? I think it is.
Yeah, Costco is.
So,
But
if
yeah,
it's aircon,
all their
it would be
beers not in cold storage. So if it's not cold storage, it's warm storage, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Anyway, if you see a lot of past date beer,
Shop elsewhere. I guess. Yep, that's definitely. But do you honestly?
who checked?
Walking in to buy alcohol, who checks the friggin'
That's a good
expiry
point.
date?
That's a great point because
Who does?
that's a great point. Who's checking their use by date on beer? That's well, I think Dan Murphy's they batch track it, so when stock comes in, they know when it's about to expire because then they reduce the price.
Yeah, I think that's common sense.
Yeah, but not all bottle shops would do that. So I think that's a great public service announcement that we're doing here, sir. Is check your dates on your beer.
Check the expiry dates.
So, okay, this one's obvious. Damaged or dirty packaging is a bad sign. Who's buying that? No one.
No, everybody always swaps it out for a good one.
Oh, here's something. If you're in a sketchy bar, my favorite type of bar, Avoid beer on draft. What does that mean?
Beer on draft. It'd have to be beer on tap, surely.
You might think
Cans are on
just
draft.
pulled point would be fresher and
Cans are on tap. Gotta be.
okay.
Well,
This is just 12 reasons not to drink old beer. So they're saying a dive bar. You think the taps will be fresher, but if it's a dive bar, they don't get as many
Yeah,
clientels. Their kegs are old. We get it. Oh, if you see beer cases in direct sunlight, shop elsewhere. I
Yep.
can't say I've ever experienced that or seen it.
No, not off the top of my head either. Because most of your bottle shops they don't have windows in the fridges or inside. You know, like even the drive-throughs and stuff like that.
Mm.
And then the other ones are in supermarkets and they don't have windows. You look at your Dan Murphy's. You do not see a window in Dan Murphy's.
Yeah. For good reason.
BWS. Do you see a window in BWS?
Yeah, no. Now you mention it.
Icebox is the only thing. Well, with all of them really, is the main front window and a door, which is glass.
Yeah.
So yeah, none of them have windows. So I suppose we're pretty well. Just in my vicinity, you'd be the same. I don't know any place that has windows.
No, it's you're right there. Okay. Number 8, frozen glasses at a brewery are bad news. Now, I don't technically agree with that, but let's hear them out. Oh, my favorite word, quaffing an ice cold beer out of
Quaffing.
yeah, a quaffable beer, a quaffing, sir, a nice quaffing. From the freezer mug at a sports bar or casual restaurant. Not only the frosty mugs fun to look at, but satisfying to hold and drink from, especially on a hot day. Okay. What they're not great news for, however, is showcasing the flavors of good beer, and frozen glasses are a red flag. If you're in a brewery that wants its beer taken seriously, for one, most beer varieties are not meant to be drunk icy cold, while mass market light lagers are fine just above freezing temperature. European craft lagers taste best when chilled to between 40 and 45 degrees Fahrenheit. I think that's 3 to 7 degrees.
Mine's always at 3.
Yeah. And sweeter, high proof beers such as Doppelbock best.
You did one of those not long ago.
I did a bock.
Or it was a bock. Not a double.
Yeah, it was a bock. Yeah. Best just below room temperature between 55 and 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, there you go. I never thought about that, but that actually makes sense. But I haven't been to like House of Brews. Glasses aren't frozen. A lot of the other breweries, I don't really get frozen glasses at any of the breweries. So
I can't say I've ever come across frozen glasses. Pretty much they wash them and then stick them out in the open air, and then they pour a beer from them.
But if you go to a brewery and they've got a frozen glass, tell them to fuck off and bring back a nice warm one.
Yeah.
Oh, did I miss something?
Yep.
Oh,
The humongous tap list at a brewery can be red flag.
I just mentioned House of Brews. Here we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was 20 or 30 brews.
I think 32 taps.
32 taps. There you go. But like we only sampled a small portion, and
Yeah.
you know, I can't say there was anything wrong with the beer.
No, the beer was
And
fine.
they showed us their keg room.
Yeah, and they clean their lines and taps every week. They shut down for a couple of hours.
Yeah, and she explained all that to us.
Yeah, but anyway, back to this. A suspiciously long tap list can be a red flag for several reasons. For one, if a brewery is pumping out dozens of varieties every week, not all of them are going to be good.
Oh, so they're referencing a brewery. They're referencing a brewery, whereas we just went to like a tap house.
Yeah, the brewers may be spread too thin to give each the attention it deserves. Second, it makes ordering a chore. Oh, at House of Brews, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, but once again, they're not a brewery.
Yeah, but just yeah, but this is we're shopping for beer. This is all about what to look out
Yeah, but
for.
they're not making the beers.
That's beside the point.
Well, that's what these guys are referring to when they're making the beers at the brewery.
Yeah, but
Many breweries regularly rotate their offerings.
this point does still go hand in hand with House of Brews because ordering was a chore. We had to pick 6 because we did a play, like
Oh yeah, that side of it. It
a
was
tasting.
What the fuck are we gonna have?
Yeah, what are we gonna have? It was a chore.
It was.
But is that a red?
Hazy
Is that a red flag, or is that just spoiled for choice? I think that's a good problem to have.
Well, in this case, because they're not a brewery flogging their own beers, they're flogging lots of different beers. I don't think they're a red flag. But a brewery that would have as many taps would be a red flag.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah,
I agree. I think the Marsden might be starting to fall into that category. I think they were running like 10 different beers. I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's up there. Well, you got the Australian Brewery and Hotel, Rouse Hill. I think they're running 8, and I think that's a healthy number because they're covering all the different categories. But when you push in 10, 12, it's like, oh, what's the difference? There's not a lot of difference between some of the variations they had. Like their hazy was horrible. Like it wasn't hazy, and the hop additions were like non-existent. There's no aroma. I was like, what is this? You ever had a clear hazy,
We're pretty
pale?
uneducated on the different types too. We're only just starting to learn on the
Yeah, that's true.
types. Yeah, so there's quite a few out there. Like the Hefeweizen that I did, the Bock that you did, and you've done a few different hazies, but they're still hazy. And then your pale ales, and then your ales, and then so the difference is like your European beers. There's quite a range in European beers, but
yeah, okay.
But we're still learning that. It's incredible the amount of different styles. When I look at the Hefeweizen, it's like, all right, for me, turned out good, clearest beer I've ever done. It was a little bit sweeter than what we sampled in the can, but it still had a flavour that would make me not want to brew it again. I took it to the brew shop, and they said, because that's who gave me the recipe, Steve. They give me the recipe.
Shout out, Steve.
And he said, yep, and they agreed with what it was, but they said it was probably a little bit more of a crystal Weizen, which is a lighter flavour Hefeweizen.
Right. Okay.
So that's another beer again. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh, there's a huge list. Speaking of list, I'll just quickly knock off these couple of points and move on. Haze or sediment can be normal or a big red flag. It's never completely possible to predict the quality of beer just by looking at the can or bottle. Expiration date. There's the outside possibility of getting a bad batch. So the only way, screw this article. The only way you've got good beer is to open it and check it out. Well, no shit. Stay away from
That was lightning.
That was dog shit, that one. Stay away from non-alcoholic beer on tap. Oh, please do tell me why. The problem, again, is the risk of a contaminated tap line. I would not buy non-alcoholic beer on draft tap for that very reason. There's no alcohol in that beer to protect against a dirty line. Is that true? That's smaller.
Well,
That,
alcohol in itself is like a I can't even think of the words. It's like it's not a sanitizer, but with alcohol. Like they use alcohol as a sanitizer. You know, pure
But-
alcohol or different levels of alcohol.
but such a
use-
diluted amount of alcohol.
But I can't see. I don't know. There could be a minute difference between having alcohol and non-alcohol.
Yeah, because they're saying like beer from a dirty line could be a disappointment, but a non-alcoholic beer through the same line could make you sick. I wouldn't have thought there's enough alcohol in the beer to sanitize it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a very broad article, that one. Like, because most places would clean their lines regularly, there shouldn't be an issue whether it's alcohol or non-alcohol. If people weren't cleaning their lines, then it could be an issue. That's my point.
Yeah, and I don't know. For some reason, I'm getting a lot of bad vibes from that article, so I'm going to ditch the last point, and we can move right along.
So, considering we're cutting this short,
Yes, we can cut it short, or we can
Might
get another
have
beer. We can get another beer and run another 10 minutes.
we could. Oh, here we go. I'm just going to take it over the screen for a minute.
I got thinking music on. Oh, here we go.
This is a four-wheel drive fail. This is in Australia, up north somewhere, and I've seen this happen so many times, and it's still quite funny that people do it.
Especially you got stuff on the roof. You don't want to be top heavy.
Yeah, slow. Slow.
Too fast.
And where they are is in the middle of nowhere.
You know, there was plenty of room to go around that hole.
Yeah, there is, but they do it just for the sake of doing it.
So what happened? He went in too fast. His back wheel just sort of bounced him.
Yeah, they don't do it because they have to. They do it because they can.
Oh.
All right, now one last one.
All right.
This is my last one that I've got. Is this here? I don't know if you've seen this yet.
No, where'd you get this? It's just
Kegling.
It's just come out, did it?
Yeah, and I'm gonna sort of speed through it because it's too long.
It's a 22-minute video, yeah.
But what they're actually pushing, or not pushing, but they're selling it as alcohol.
Fill up, and today we're going to use these products here. So I've got
Turn the volume down,
Bundaberg golden
please.
syrup and molasses. These products are obviously Australian-made product. Australia has a long lineage of producing a lot of cane sugar, so molasses is certainly something we do a lot of here. Anyway, this particular rum, I'm choosing this particular fermenter and also this particular yeast for a few reasons. Firstly, with the yeast, the Angel AG2 is an excellent.
Well, watch the video. I'll click
choice
through it
distillers
quite
yeast.
quickly.
Has some really nice sort of fruity
The
esters
bubble
that will come
cap
out of
still,
this
so
yeast.
it's
The other thing is it's an
still
absolute
called a
bargain.
still.
This yeast is
Yeah.
so
Well, I'm gonna go through. Let's skip a bit.
We know how he gets. Look at that thing. That's crazy.
This
For
is how it's gonna
starters.
ferment.
This here.
had
This
just
is
a
what you
conventional
can't
pot
do.
still with no bubble cappers.
Yeah,
I have to
but
do a
they're
stripping
pushing
run,
it.
and that will basically allow me to then bump the ABV up higher on the second run through the still. But essentially bubble capper plates, it's kind of doing that process through me. Once it goes
You
through
need to
one or
watch the
two
video
of these,
yourself to see if
plates,
I've
it's
missed anything.
basically the same as doing a
it's like
stripping
the
run.
first thing I
So this is
thought
going to
is-
be a fair bit faster.
This
Apart
might
from-
be.
The other thing I'm doing in this
You have to
particular
pause it. I can't hear. Yeah.
apart from them pushing their shit, like their own stuff,
Yeah,
I don't mean to say shit, but they're pushing their products.
of course.
It's all totally, unless something's changed. Now, they're in Victoria, so unless something's changed,
Nothing's
it's
changed.
illegal to do. And the only reason it's illegal to do it is because you have to be registered with the ATO. So, but this is...
No stripping run required. Oh, sign me up. But
You've got to watch it.
does he
You'll
do it?
appreciate it more.
Does he do a run through it?
Yeah,
Oh, he's using it.
yeah.
The 70%, which is kind of perfect. Now, if you guys have seen
Ooh.
other distillation units out there, they often would use basically a device like this. Now, this is called a shell and tube condenser. And as you can see, it's got holes that run all the way right through like that, because what happens is coolant water comes through here and it goes through this jacketed part of the column, and that means the spirit will condense and then fall back down. So by controlling the coolant flow here, it'll basically adjust the reflux ratio. So this is a different way to do it. And in my opinion, I really don't like this way, you know, especially when I've got such an easy option of just controlling this Hoffman clamp here.
It looks like a fucking Meccano set.
Bro, and he's got a line, all that equipment, and he's got like a tube squeezer. All right.
Yeah, this is what he talks about.
The Hoffman clamp controls the reflux ratio directly using the flow of liquid out of the column. So as you can see, there's two paths of the liquid that's basically condensing on here that it can flow. It can flow out here. And the more I turn this off, the more that's going to get sent back down the column. So if you're using this device here, so if you're using a shell and tube condenser, let's say I've got that back in the column, the more coolant water I flow through here, the more that's going to get sent back down the column. So it's essentially one way of doing the same thing. Now, the disadvantage of using this type of shell and tube condenser is it's a much more delayed reaction. So if I control this Hoffman clamp valve, it'll immediately change the ratio of what's exiting the still and what's falling back down onto the column, or in this case, the bubble capper plates. But if I use this type of device here, it takes ages, much longer.
Yeah, so he goes further into it.
Yeah, that'll be on my watch list.
Yeah, well, I won't go any further, but I just thought
it's interesting that he's doing it, but maybe this is for the overseas market. On a how to.
It was just on YouTube, so
yeah. But we know where he's based and where he's making it, so he's pretty much committing a crime.
But you know, at the end of the day, where he says, you know, they're going to make some rum.
Yeah.
This is getting more into it.
Flasks, but just for this video, I thought I might show you with bottles. Gives me an excuse to also show you how these oak sticks work as well. So these polyphenols.
And he shows you how to cook them, or
yeah, you want to give them a medium toast.
Yeah, so it tells you
staves.
where to do them in the oven.
Oh,
There's some new American oak which have been seasoned and basically just laser engraved on the side.
Anyway, the main thing I was bringing to your attention was the fact that he's actually, because they never used to produce videos that were about distilling. Well, they was distilling, but it was all more like nail cleaner and stuff like that, nail polish remover and all that.
Yeah.
Whereas this one is rum.
How to distill rum at home.
And they're going through the whole thing, and I thought maybe something's changed.
Well, if it has, I'll be buying all of that and making rum, making my own video.
Because I doubt anything's changed. We've not heard anything. And you, I would have thought you would be the first one.
I don't know. Maybe Albo slipped that one through.
Be like he's yeah, I won't go there again. 18 cents on a keg and 1 cent on a friggin' schooner. How ridiculous.
Yeah, pretty lame. All right, then. We'll call it there. I think you're yawning. I need another beer. It's time to get back out the brewery and put another beer in the keg.
All right.
Thanks for hanging around to the end of the episode. Very much appreciated. We love all of our viewers out there, especially you, Solomon. Love you the most. Take care, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye.
See you guys. See you, Solo.
That's